Okay.
Being 7 o'clock, I'd like to open up the Board of Health meeting for July 28th with myself, Tricia LeClaire, Chair, Holly McGovern, Vice Chair, Vinnie Forty, member, Bruce Wilson, our health agent, Robbie Griffin, he's our tobacco agent tonight, right? And he's our food inspector. And Tina Griffin on the next part. First thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes for July 14th. Oh,
He had a lot of stuff on last.
well,
A lot of plans too.
yeah.
No, leave it up there, where the main screen is.
Yeah, I'm all set.
All right, I'd like to make a motion for approval of the minutes from July 14th as
I'll second it.
All those in favor say
Aye.
volunteer directors.
So next thing on the agenda is COVID virus update.
COVID virus update. So the numbers still holding pretty steady. You know, we bump up and down a couple here or there. We're up to 8 probable cases, not confirmed cases, but 8 probable cases. Continue to get a small amount of mass complaints, a couple every day. Usually either send them a quick little note or an email or a letter, or I'll pop in and talk to them. Been frequenting, all of my favorites, Home Depot and the Rapid Depot and a few of those other places there. I've got Robbie at my beck and call as well, helping me out there with some of them. Just little friendly reminders to everybody, because the numbers are good. If everybody's diligent, I think we'll do or make out okay. Unlike some of the other parts of the country, that people are just kind of poorly feel it's not up to them to wear their mask anymore. But the big thing is the governor has issued a travel order. So anybody who's traveling should be real sensitive to that. If you go out of the recommended area, outside of New York, New Jersey, and the New England states, there you're going to be looking to quarantine for 14 days, or have taken a test and come back with a negative result. So I recommend that anybody who's going to travel, go online and download and read it very thoroughly. It comes with a $500 fine.
Some of them are doing the saliva test.
But I mean, it does come with a pretty hefty fine, so you really want to pay attention to it. I'm not sure who's going to.
Yeah, it's $500.
request that, but,
Yeah, 500.
No, don't comply.
Oh,
if we don't comply.
But they have to take the
The
test
test is
every
free.
2 hours. Isn't it?
Within 72 hours.
Yeah, within 72 hours. I mean, you can take the test before flying, 72 hours, and if he has to come back with a negative, then you don't have to quarantine. If you come back and you haven't taken the test, you require the quarantine until the test results come back.
So you have some tests that are coming back, less than 24 hours, and you have others that are coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on that.
So you,
make sure
you
ask.
want to make sure you pick a place to get tested. It's going to generate quick results.
And your insurance will cover that.
I believe insurance is pretty much paying for the tab now. I'd like to think the test was free, but it's probably not going to happen.
Pretty well.
Vaccines are. Anyway. So the other thing too is, so Bruce, the numbers were down as low as 3.
We had actually gone to 0 at one point, and then 2,
This Tuesday we're back
and
up to 8.
4, 7, 8, 7, 8. It's kind of bouncing back a bit. It's all probable. So I mean, it's somebody who's they're not. That's right. The probable cases.
So I confirmed to stay down.
So I confirmed this.
So that
this-
means that they weren't tested, it's just that there's symptomatic. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they tested with the what do they call it? That's
So it's pending.
yeah, the pending. So if that comes back positive, then they send them to go get the nasal swab. So we got something waiting on that.
Okay, so that means 3 is up to 8 probably. And,
But I mean, right now, there's nobody listed on the
right,
at home
once our
that she's
total
tracking.
is 16,000 up to about 180 per night. The ones who get tested, it's like 1,000 something.
Yeah, I think it was Wayne. I remember the number.
Because I was looking at some other communities for 18K.
Have you been getting the morning emails from us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sends a morning email and then
Okay.
It's 176
okay, good.
days active, 158 recovered, and 11 deaths.
You have an email?
Okay.
Well, it's on your email.
Are you getting
Is
the?
he on there?
Yeah, check your
Okay.
the Bellingham site.
Okay.
It's your Board of Health.
What?
Are you checking it?
I always
I
say
have
both.
been a few times, but
But every morning you can work it.
And then as I go to the NASDAQ, I'll send you that up there
that's
too.
one. Yeah,
But now they're just doing
not as concerned about-
Tuesday, Thursday, so that we don't get it every day anymore.
And all that travel information for people.
That you can get right on the NASDAQ site. Yep. I was thinking of making a PDF file and having Karen put it on the webpage as well.
Right there. Right. Anything else?
Another thing, I guess,
Can you hear me?
they're cleaning stations inside the big valve. Pretty good, but I did notice the massive.
Hi, this is Khalid Naseem.
Can you hear me?
Just so you know, the voices are not very clear, and I don't know if it has to do with your microphone or something else, but
The sound is-
Yeah, if you can move, Trish,
the voices
if,
are very muffled.
yeah, I agree. If, not those microphones, guys.
Can you hear
Not
better?
Well, that's the TV. This is the
Yeah,
mic here.
Bruce, if you could slide that silver mic to as close as you can get to Trish, that's probably good.
Then we'll just try to speak a little louder.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better now.
Much better? Okay. So we're gonna, the next thing on the agenda is to discuss subsidies.
I mean, I put that on the agenda. What I'd like to do is pull the board's opinion on that, and if they're all in favor, have a hearing and look at if a sale of a home comes up, if the cesspool is going to be triggered into an automatic upgrade. There are a number of homes that have recently sold. The cesspools passed, but when the people are in it for a short amount of time, obviously they're working to upgrade it to put a big family into a home with a cesspool. But the big one that triggered it is we have a property with 3 dwellings on it, and each one has its own little cesspool, and it's being condoized. So my big fear is, okay, how do we get 3 individual septics on the property, or 1 large septic, but once it's all debate out the different owners, it's gonna be kind of sticky. So I'm thinking that, it's time, a lot of other towns have done it, that, if you're selling it, it's time to get into a Title V compliance system.
What's the Title V?
I mean, if it passes, you can let it go, but there is a fair amount. Fortunately, Bellingham, for the most part, is gravel, with a 2 to 5 minute perk. There are a few areas, maybe a 10 to 12 minute perk, but I don't see that
Most
being,
of the time.
that being a big problem. So we don't have any outrageously expensive system.
We don't have any record.
No, not really. I mean, the only thing to do is you look at the forwards and see if there's any kind of fight. It'll take a little while to do it.
I just do. Do we have an updated balance on our?
I can get that for the next.
Let's do that.
meeting,
We'll
yeah.
talk about it more.
Because I mean, there was
If we
plenty
send
of
a
money.
letter out or do a zoning board press release about that.
Yeah.
Hearing, we should really mention the
There should be
program,
Plenty
but
of
we've got
funds,
to
yeah.
make sure, 'cause we're gonna have a little of those.
And then, speaking of that, I mean, I've got the article for the fall for the next year.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
a betterment.
So I got, part of the new packet is the warrant article that we'll put on.
300, that's only-
Oh, but there were close to 900,000.
so that's why
We
I
haven't
love-
gone anywhere near close to that.
That's still. 30. We're talking about a lot more than that. So this, which is great, but still 30 houses every year.
Yep.
A lot.
It'd be good if we kind of get like 2 people in there. But
Or
like,
given time, like have like a time frame within by 2025.
But I mean,
Phase
the,
them out,
the,
type of thing, I don't know.
when they go to convey, it's usually a pretty decent time.
Yeah, but what if they don't want to do it? They have a passive effect. That's
Right.
part of our.
I guess my comment would be is if you get a house from an elderly couple, the kids are going, it's still a 3-bedroom. It's working, but it's not being serviced by 3-bedroom. Then you pull a family in, they got kids coming out of their pockets, well, what do you expect? You're gonna balance it. It's just like people who use tremendous amounts of water. And that's one of the serious criteria. You can bail anything, even regular stuff, just by upping your water use. Especially if it's a system like, take mine. So, it's seeing very little water now, 7,000 or 8,000 gallons a year. That gets sold. It's 3-bedroom, easy.
Is there a way to phase it in?
And I would say,
Well,
buy it everywhere,
conveyance,
you pass the
I mean,
Title V.
we're not like mandatory, everybody's gonna have to upgrade it. That's cool, but at the time of conveyance.
Like, I
Somebody
like
has a
it.
hardship, they can always come before the board and claim hardship, let the buyer know or beware, and as long as they're okay with it, then, make it part of
Right.
the equation.
The one he said, the 3 properties, 3 houses, 3 cesspools. That's gonna have to be a tough thing. Well, either way,
It's down in Silver Lake.
that one, and people, that one definitely gets to the light problem. But that one, I definitely think needs upgrade. Probably have to be shit. It's like condo.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the 3 buildings are on one property. It'll be condoized and create a homeowner association.
Right.
But to take and try to do 3 individual septics on a,
Now,
barely
Like,
passable,
what is it, like 1 bedroom?
there's a total of 9 bedrooms.
so that one
it's
would
a
have
good
to be a
size,
shared
yeah.
system, just like, well, it's only 20,000, 10,000 square feet. And the cesspool
I
has
mean,
to be,
close to someone else's house.
Unfortunately, it's town water down.
Not a problem, but anyway, so we can-
No, but I mean, I think it would be much more of a problem if we were left to try to have to do individual.
correct. So I think in those cases, I don't know if we can make it to, maybe something.
But I mean,
I'm not gonna
we'll
open
put it on the agenda, have an open public
Yeah,
hearing
we
and
could get a
invite some of the
spreadsheet
installers or
of
whatever to come. Yeah.
what's pending, what we do, around that.
Yep.
You know, what's pending. That's the thing, you can't do a lot of government wrong.
No. telling you, like, well, sometimes the cesspool has that 50% of three-bedroom capacity, for example. We have that 330. Cesspool has that 165. So 3.5 55-gallon drums. Now, if that gets me real close to the pipe, I don't pass. I'm just looking at someone saying, hey, you pass something that has 175. Now, technically it does, but I'm going to look at it. I'll measure it. I'll do the calc, and I'll say, nope, doesn't matter.
But as a,
I've gone something that totally is successful as the tank, and then the overflow system, foam drum, and never had any silt line. So it's insane. What I'm saying is there's no filtration. That dirty water, that gray water, is going directly into a lane, directly into potentially something well. Now, they have to be 100 feet from the well. Even the old rules, 78. They have to be what, 50 from the lake or 100? 50.
you can waiver that down, you know, we've done.
Now, if you get close to the lake, you also get groundwater coming up. So, you know, you're a hole digger, you're not dumb, you dig where the high ground. Go there. But, you know, those, it's that,
It's tough though. Some of these places you go to do the Title V inspection as an inspector and an open inspector. If the house has minimal use, no use, if it's seasonal, right, it'll pass because it hasn't been used by. Right. Then you put a family in there and.
well, okay. I do something that Title V doesn't like. If it's, because I had a guy, his mom died. He was in Connecticut. I said, well, I'm not going to pass this until I do it. Literally, I called it an 8-hour floor. But I put a hose in it, ran it for 8 hours. Came back. It was pretty full. The first tank, and I found two other pits. But, you know, I came back the next morning, 12 hours, about 15 hours later, bone dry. So I said, no problem. I passed it.
It was fortunate, you got a good gravel.
So if we can get a breakdown on it.
Yeah, no, that's why I'll get a breakdown, see what we got.
Well, they have.
Right, them, right,
I know
yeah.
there is.
Yeah, I mean, just to get a feel for how many
Like, how
have.
are they,
Yeah.
how are they handling? Yeah. Curious on how they're handling.
Yep. Well, I know firsthand because I was involved with the one I read them, so, but basically, you know, it's based on, you know, if you got a sale, it's an automatic, you know.
I
because
think
you need
Rhode
to
Island,
upgrade.
isn't Rhode Island?
You know, Rhode Island, yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
Is it?
I think so.
Rhode Island, though, it's a little different because your approvals come through the state. If it's a repair and it's an upgrade and you're not adding capacity, level one or contract, you do the repair without having to have an engineer. So I mean, they have all different means of doing things on. There's level 1, class 2, class 3 types of septics and stuff. So it's a little different infrastructure.
Okay, well, we'll
But anyways, I just wanted to get the pull the board. If they're all thinking it's a good thing, I'll put it on the agenda. We'll have a public hearing and invite some of the installers to come by and comment on in the paper. See if any
The next
Yeah.
meeting will be public. We're gonna talk about that.
so yeah, we were going to talk about that. So not on the 11th, but the
Yeah.
so like August 25th or the first meeting in September, whatever. I just something one of my pet peeves that I started when I came on. Finally get a chance to get to it. I've got my bucket list and pick away at it. Now the COVID's starting on its way out the door.
For now.
Okay.
Wishful.
So let's say we have portable printer.
No, One of the things that Robbie and I have been bumping into is the food or the tobacco people. I mean, if we get to a point where we've got to write a report that's got, okay, hey, we've got some warnings here. I want him to be able to print on a colored piece of paper. So I think a little portable printer that you can keep in his truck, go sit in the truck, and actually put that out so that people take what we're giving to them seriously. Hey, this is a warning. Next time you're going to get a fine.
And they get it on the spot.
And they get the report on the spot. I don't want
The other
anybody to
way,
say,
you gotta go to
"Oh,
the
I didn't
office."
get it. I didn't get the email. I'm tired of hearing people come up with excuses. No more excuses. Here it is. We gave it to you.
Probably has something.
After spending 40 hours doing this, I purchased the printer after whatever it is. So I was able to get one that we talked about. So it was $200.
Yeah.
We're not. But like we said, in the case of food inspection, it turns out the report as well as I drafted off a copy of a warning letter.
Hey, can't hear Robbie.
So in the event of food inspections, I'm able to print out the report showing the violations as well as I put together a template of a warning letter that will be issuing at that time, so that way they're on notice that the next issue will be a fine. Bruce and I kind of went back and forth on that, where although the report itself is their warning, people don't put two and two together, so sort of add level of security there, as well as with the tobacco violations are actually the collection orders, which is a app on a piece of paper. Orange app copy one if you want to see it. That we print out and type out all the information for the business and time inspection and see all the on the spot. So I picked up I believe when I was going through inspections, I had to keep running back and forth to my house to print to then bring back to the inspection. So whatever.
Yeah, no, I'd say.
Now he just has it right in the truck. So he just-
I mean, with today's technology, those reasons not to have it really.
Do we want to have him submit that?
Yeah, did you already submit it? Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you know, guys, the mic has to be pointed at whoever's talking right now. So Bruce, I don't know if you want to be the mic guy or something, but right now it's having trouble. If it's not, it's pointing at the board right now. So you guys are doing pretty. You can hear him pretty well there, but anybody else is pretty difficult. Just FYI.
Bruce, I don't, you want to grab that chair or something? Just rotate it.
Well, either that, what happens if
It just
you move
needs,
it further close? I guess the motion one.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Okay, I'll second the motion to approve the printer.
okay, I'll listen to everything.
Aye.
And then Roger, just submit your Excel receipt for your.
Yeah, bringing it in, I'll give it to her and we'll program it through the system.
Yeah.
Did you get,
The one we talked about, because I was able
but
to.
did you get the AC adapter or the,
Cigarette lights?
Okay.
that's working okay? You don't need a battery?
No, so I was
Okay.
actually, I have a.
Perfect. It's an injury.
All right, good. Power inverter, okay.
We're gonna do the tobacco regulations. Why don't you do when we get that? Stuff?
Yeah, I'll slide over here.
Yeah.
You might be right there.
So what we'd like to have first. I know that they're on there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Before you get into it, Rob and I discussed the list of articles that's banned. We're gonna print that list and circulate it out to all the tobacco places, because I don't want anybody to have any confusion of what's good, what's not good. So we're gonna circulate that list and send it out certified mail, so that everybody will have a copy of that.
I have seen, like Speedway. Little journal, they had a list saying no longer selling product. They did list it. It was black and white. It said, you guys, or they made their own.
They might have.
They might have had their own.
So they probably went to the state website.
That's what Rob did.
All this is banned.
was just gonna ask, we have to update.
No,
No,
so
this is on the state.
DPH actually generated the list in August of 2017. So they've added to it a couple times over the years, but I think the most recent update was 2000. So it's 34, 35 page down.
The other thing, instead of coming in from the smoking coalition, this new law that took effect June 1st, definitely, like a be out of the public health order. When the governor said that was going to happen, the fines and the requirements, you have to be very strict.
this will help. It'll make it clear. I mean, it's not our mission to walk in and find somebody. We'd rather see everything right, but I mean, we got to do what, the laws require us for. So if we can make everybody aware of it, more knowledgeable, then hopefully, we don't get into any more situations like that where we got to go in and confiscate or fine. That's not our mission.
I agree.
So, go ahead.
I'll give them a chance to talk first.
Okay. AJ's here up first. AJ.
I see the one there.
Hi, how are you?
There he is.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. My friend, we have a couple problem. We need to only check it before we start to talk about the problem occurred a couple days ago. The guy came to the store and he said, we didn't do whatever it's supposed to be done at the store. For us, we have two things from the wholesaler. The first one is for cigar, and the second one is for the cigarette. This is coming through the state of Massachusetts to all the store in Mass, and J. Paulo have about 2,700 stores in Massachusetts. And whatever anybody does, is gonna do whatever in the list to take it out, because this list say these tobacco item will not be available in Mass after 5/31/2020. And I mean, whatever in this list, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 649 items of cigar. And all these cigar was removed from the store as is by law. There's no any one cigar existing in this was in the store. Now we go, before I go to whatever he found. The second one is cigarette. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 page. Every page of these have about 32. And I mean, we have 236 items of cigarette have to be removed from the store. All of them was removed from the store. 700 cigar and 250 cigarette. When the guy came in here, he found the 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3 pieces. These pieces, he said it is illegal. They're not existing in the paper. If you look at the acid in here, they're not in the list.
If I may interject, Tony, you have a 20-page document. The document from the state is 34 pages. The copies that you received were from your distributor, not from the state of Massachusetts.
No, this is from the states, they told us. I'm only telling you what they sent for us email. They said, this is from the state, through the wholesaler, to take it to all the store.
There were also more than 3 items.
No, my friend, let me only talk about cigar.
I am. There's more than 3 items.
Oh, this is the only item I have, 3 items.
You also had a flavor called Baboon, which I don't know if I actually...
No, this is different. This is e-cigarette. We're talking about 2 different things. Only I'm
Baboon
talking,
is a cigar. I have a picture of it.
please, let me only continue whatever you want to say. You can do whatever you want, but I'm only showing them what I have at the store. So only 3 pieces from 650 pieces he found in here is these 3 acid. This is a blue, this is red, and this is green. Look, all these the same. This is legal. This is a blue, legal. This is a blue, legal. This is red, legal. This is a blue, legal. This is red, legal. This is a sweet aromatic, legal. This is a sweet aromatic, legal. This is green, legal. These in here, if you look inside the one, first, it is stale. It is not good to use. They are from almost 3 years in here. These in here, it is stale, sweet, aromatic. Sweet aromatic. This is a sweet aromatic, and this is a sweet aromatic. All these, they're not in the book, and they are sweet aromatic. For us, it is confusing. I'm not saying the guy, this is wrong. Please listen, everybody have to understand. This guy doing his job is coming from the state of Mass and from the town of Bellingham to make sure everybody is obeyed by the rule and everybody do whatever the city saying we have to do. For me, I did whatever I thought I am doing, and I am forcing all my people in here to can obey by the rule. You know what I mean? I didn't, in my opinion, did anything wrong. This is 1. 2, let us talk about the whole picture, please. Very important for us and you to communicate. Because if we don't communicate, you know what I mean? We're not doing anything good for us and for the city. We are in the city from almost 30 years. Not yesterday, not before yesterday. From 1990, we are in the city. We're working in the city. We get to too many problems during this epidemic problem. Yani we are forcing to work under bad circumstances. This is one of the bad circumstances. In April, when we was working in here, all these people in the store working for us get corona. And everybody working for us, all the people working for us left the store. They leave it us alone in April. No people working, nobody. We force ourselves to put the plastic, to can do distance, to work whatever is the city accept us to work with. We work, me, my wife, and 1 guy in here alone. No people, nobody to can keep the store existing and the city in good position. No anybody get any problem from our store. No corona, no problem, no nothing. 3, before this problem, about 5, 6 months ago, somebody came to the city in here and they said we didn't obey by the rule. We told them what we did. He said, you didn't sell anybody minor, you didn't do anything wrong, you didn't do nothing, whatever it is, because we have a new register, we pay $12,000 to be able to can, whatever anybody come in here to check the date, the ID, and everything. The register doesn't open if we don't put the date and the ID. You know what I mean? We did whatever the city asked us to do. She said one of these was above, and this is self-service. So the house can be self-service. It is in the back of plastic. It's in plastic. House can be self-service. She said anybody can put his hand and take one. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. To treat us saying we are outlaw, or saying we are thief, or saying we are not obeying by rule. We are obeying by rule. We are working. We are doing everything 100% right. And we're not doing anything illegal, nothing. Maybe in my opinion, where is the confusing? The confusing is the city is supposed to help us and send somebody to every store to tell them, look, we go through everything. This is you're supposed you have. This is you don't supposed to have. When the city come after, don't forget, my friend, don't forget, we are talking through Zoom because everybody's scared. How about us working with the community and we are in the front line? That's it. We're not doing anything. The city is supposed to send somebody in here, check the store. They explain for us. If anything doesn't be good, we're supposed to take it out, we take it out. But we did our job. Look at the cigarette. Look, all these tobacco. Look at the tobacco. 700-800 pieces. No one piece is wrong. No one. No one. He said, you have a new law in Bellingham for the e-cigarette. This is the e-cigarette. We just get it from the state, saying we have to have license. We didn't know that we don't have e-cigarette for Bellingham. Nobody told us. This is from the state. It's true to have e-cigarette license. If we can't have e-cigarette in Bellingham, why we want to have it? We're not gonna have it. We don't. Whatever you tell us to do, we'll do. My friends, these pieces, it doesn't be cost $1 and they are bad. He came in here and the guy helped us. He's a good guy. I don't have anything for me against him. He came and he said, if you have one cigar, you have to have it $2.50. If you have, he fixed some stuff. This is good. This is very important because not everything, not everything you're entitled to make mistake. We're not doing any wrong. Maybe we do mistake. Mistake is not intended to hurt the city.
Oh, Tony,
May
Intended to be corrected.
I for a second? I don't think that any of this was done intentionally, obviously. I know that you wouldn't have intentionally left out flavors. You don't seem to be that type of person. However, as my job, it is my job to enforce the state laws. The list of banned flavors was written by the state back in 2017. That is the list I have. That is the list we will be sending to everyone in the town with the next mailing. You did have, I believe, 6 flavors, not just 3, that we went through. I have them documented here. There was 2 from rock and roll. There was a flavor called the Boom and the 3 acids. There was 6 flavors, as well as a flavored pipe tobacco that we removed from the shelves. I did work with the cashier that was there. I believe I see him in the back of the camera. He was very helpful. I have, again, no issues with either any of your staff or yourself or the business. As I said, it is my job to enforce the rules. In addition to this, there was a number of electronic cigarette items that you have, which again, I had a conversation with your cashier about. The board did have a public hearing back in March, as well as sent out a copy of the new regulations outlining that we outlawed the sale of, or banned the sale of all electronic nicotine delivery systems that include e-cigarettes, any type of vaping product, anything related to vaping or electronic nicotine delivery. So there was a number of items that I didn't find you. I was more lenient with you. Now, in this case, it is up to the board if they would like to do anything further. The violations that were there in the past obviously contributed towards this. There was a sale to a minor in the past before you got the new system. There was evidence of self-service facilities, which again was nothing against you guys. It's the ability for a customer to be able to come in and access a tobacco product without actually speaking with the cashier. So
No, it's not the product. It's not the product. It's this one. It's this one. It was by this way. And they said they can access it by this way. It's not true. It's still in here. Still in here. Nobody can reach it.
The
And you
issue
have
is
camera and you have
faced
everything.
the other way.
And nobody can sell anything for anybody. If it is that, we have to put the date. We have to put the register doesn't open.
Tony,
And he
this was
said,
all after that happened.
and they said we have something for minor. This is more than 3 years ago, before we have the register. It's not yesterday. I think the old law was only for 1 year. It was not for 3 years. The old law, when we went to the city in Bellingham, it was 1 year, not 3. This is what they see
Not issues
today.
into this. You could have come to the
They see
public
today
hearing.
in here, it stays 36 months. We never have anybody told us 36 months. The date was only 1 year.
Tony, have you read our regulations?
Sorry?
Have you read our regulations? They were meant
Because
to
I'm telling you, I went to the city when we have the problem with the cigarette for minor. We accept both of us. I have lawyer with me. We accept all of us. And they said, you have to bring the register. We tell them, yes. You're not going to have any minor anymore. We tell them we can
Hey,
have.
Tony, all right, we understand that there was some confusion. We want to rectify that. We're gonna send out the list so that you can go through that. If you want to go through the list with the agent, he can be out there.
100%, 100%.
Go through the store. It's really not our mission to go and find these trouble. We need to educate if obviously you're having some difficulty.
Yes,
So, I mean, I'll get Rob to come to the store.
Beautiful.
I mean, we understand that you're upset.
No, I'm not upset because, I did my best. When we get to problem, we was crying in here, man. Corona, problem, people dying. I have 4 people in the store left because they are positive. We stay ourselves in here. We didn't close the store for the neighborhood. We did anything wrong. We did everything right. We put the plastic. We did everything, whatever the city asked for.
Okay,
we did the
Tony.
distance.
So Tony, Rob and myself will both come by and we'll go through the store very carefully to make sure all the things are removed.
Thank you.
We want you to read the rules and become familiar with them. If you have
100%,
questions.
100%. We are us and you one. We are one person. Whatever you ask for, we'll do it. We are one person. Both of us work for the best of Bellingham. And we are in the city. And we work for 30 years for the best of Bellingham. We never back up.
Okay, Tony, let Rob talk to the board. He's gonna present your case, talk to the board, see if the board offers any type of leniency on it. But going forward, we want everything to be clear, concise, and everybody on the right page. Okay?
Please, my friends, the only thing I'm asking you is miscommunication, but too many pieces still legal. This is legal. This is blue. This is blue legal. This is blue. Legal. This is blue legal. This is blue legal. This is red legal. This is red legal. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is blue. This is red legal. This is green legal.
Tony, we're gonna go through the list carefully. Rob wants to address the board, figure out what they want to do, and we'll go forward here. There's no.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay?
very much. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Wish you the best. Thank you for your help.
Okay, now the board has some comments. Let them talk, and then we'll let you talk some more after, okay?
Telling them of the new rules. But obviously we're not ready. 2 letters. Am I correct?
Just right, 3 now.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, Kelly, it's not coming through.
This reg was sent out, 2 copies.
As well as the invitation to the public.
So they didn't read. They didn't sound like they didn't know.
Because on
2
page
letters
11,
sent
it
out.
does mention second violation, third violation. Page 10, it mentions first violation.
And just for the record, there was 4 violations just from the Board of Health in the past 3 years, including Friday or the previous one, as well as a issue with the FDA. So
was that, let's say, looks like you have something like this convenience store you can't, was that thing actually turned the other way?
At the time of my inspection, it was not, it was facing the cashiers. According to Maryland's report, it was facing the other way.
Okay, so that was from,
As well as they had had tobacco from what the manager told at the time. There was tobacco that was stacked too high up on a shelf to where someone could go around the other side and just plug it from behind the cashier. But those were not there at the time.
I guess, you know, the first one selling to a minor, this last one, since it's not just one item, it's so many, I don't know. The middle one, I don't know.
So what, 2 violations?
2 violations would be,
2 violations with 14 days suspension.
14
As well as a $2,000 fine. But again, that does not include the vaping products, because I didn't bother finding those.
We're actually looking at 4.
so I don't know.
We have to be consistent.
We do, but, you know.
Serious, this is serious.
Right, but what I'm saying is, we're not going from 3 to 0 or 1. You know, the front thing, if it wasn't, you know, I don't want to say Marilyn was usually very on her thing. She did inspections. I'm sure she saw it the other way.
I know I passed it already, but those were just the vaping products that were present.
So I don't know.
If we do 2 violations
Two
versus 3 in the last 2 years, then it's 14 days. $2,000. If we do 3 violations, then it's 30 days. But, how much?
5,000.
I
Stage
think
two.
we should just do.
I-
I think that that's fair.
Yeah.
and then you're gonna go there, educate.
Yeah, we're gonna
Again,
really make
Again,
sure.
you sent that letter out twice.
As
They
well
just
as
didn't
the
read
letter.
it.
This time they can do it hands-on, since they have
And
violated.
then go to the store and make sure everything they have is.
We'll
good.
cater it exactly, what do you call it, like, you know, retrain in person.
And some of that stuff is state too, so that stuff that.
The
Yeah.
issues that I find for were state. They were not.
And the state
So that
escalated
wasn't
the fine.
even, that they didn't read what you had sent, it's, they didn't even update themselves on.
They received the letter from their distributor and went off that letter as opposed to finding the list from the state website.
So then they need to make sure that they don't listen to them.
Right, we need to
A lot of
make sure the
distributors
state,
don't know.
we want to.
Or they don't
No,
supply those
that's
products.
not good.
Seeing as, not even that, seeing as those products are more than 3 years old, they may have a different distributor, or that distributor may not carry that product anymore. Therefore, they will not know to mark it off as you can't order these from us.
But not only that, but you're 49 other states. So you gotta keep up with every state.
Right. So let's try this too. Make sure we get, let's say, a copy of the state. Everybody,
We did that already.
we did
We're
that.
gonna
Can we do
send-
something with the distributors though? That
Maybe
they
Some
have
of the
to-
distributors I've actually seen when I was out doing my inspections, so I updated some of them. But Bruce and I are gonna send the 34-page document that I got from the state to every business, as well as a 3rd copy of the regulations.
Okay.
Certified.
That'll be the 3rd time
I know,
that we
But-
sent the same thing out, but they're not reading, all right? Okay.
except the state side, like you said, they may be getting from the distributor, not the state. And we give it to them now. Like I said, I'd have them sign. You would receive this document. You need to read it.
One of the things Rob and I talked about, do you want us to send it certified mail, or do you want it hand carried in a signature page?
I don't
I
know.
think I like it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go there and.
Yeah, yeah. I think I like the
Manager
hand
or the
delivery.
owner, manager or the owner.
I'll use the different.
So do we want to make a motion on?
Yeah.
violation?
Okay.
So we want to just the fine amount and
Well,
suspension.
the second violation would be.
It'll be 14 days and $2,000 fine.
So it's 2 violations in the last 3 years. So it's 14 days suspension and a $2,000 fine. And we're not gonna charge any of the businesses, which would have been a lot more than
Right.
$2,000.
It would have been roughly $8,000.
So we're saving them six grand and 2 weeks less on the suspension.
So you want to make that, you know?
Go ahead, because we can hear you better.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we remove the middle item where there was self-serve, turn this into a second violation, which is a 14-day suspension of the permit, and a $2,000 fine based on the new state fine system. Then we will also send a hand-delivered copy of the state law, all the items that are eliminated, that should have been eliminated, but some of the vendors may not have been eliminated. We'll get that to each business owner. We'll get that to you, AJ. So, that's one more.
All right, that's it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, so let's move on to Well, you're up.
You're muted. You're muted.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, how you doing?
Can you hear us?
How are
Okay.
you? Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us okay?
Okay, all right. Hello, everyone. All right, I don't know where to start. First of all, I did not know I had violations, 2 of them. And these are the paper I just got from Robert, right? Maryland did inspection in April of last month and October of last month. I still don't know what I violated. I still don't know.
Yeah.
You see, I wasn't, what kind of violation? I used to be a district engineer. What for company, right? I used to do this kind of inspection every month. If there was something wrong, we write down, not right, and we write down at the bottom why. We are, warning has to be written warning. Okay, warning is never a verbal warning. So if something I did wrong, right, I should have the right to know, at least let me know what I did wrong. Just do the warning and keep it for yourself and not even tell you guys. If you think that's fair.
Jimmy, hold on for a second. I want Rob to explain to the board the 2 violations that you're speaking about. Oh, those were done, or those were issued by Maryland, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So the 2 prior violations, based on the records I have from Maryland, was an issue again of a self-service location. So the doors to the door where the cigars were kept were unlocked. Go in and access them.
Okay.
Had a signage issue, so they did not have the required state signage posted. The second one was actually a repeat of the same violation.
Can I say something?
We're having a little bit of trouble hearing.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, in here, if you go to the violations, right, I'm looking into it, and it says, if any tobacco in the shelf located, yes, okay. Second question, if it's all tobacco shelves location meets the legal standard, yes, okay. Then human door is present, yes. Is that locked? No. Okay, I just wanted to let you know. There's 2 locks are on the human door, not 1. Robert saw it, right? This is my policy. That's in my checklist. I go every month just to do this. And nobody's allowed to get cigar by themselves. Has to be given my ass or anything in the store. Everything is locked in our store. They are not allowed to get that. If I get this warning, let's say the day she did it, April 19th, I could have go back and look at the video, right? I have the right to know. I knew we wouldn't be talking about this. Okay, I mean, you be the judge of that. Somebody writes something down, not even written warning, not even verbal warning. Okay, and this guy who was working there is that, Kent, he's the manager. He was manager for us for 6 years. He knows the law better. Do you be the judge of that? That don't even give you verbal warning or written warning and just go in the computer and file a warning for you. Now in here, if you look at that warning in October the 3rd, it says, any human door present? No. We have human door since we opened up a store. Then a human door is locked, no response. So how we have in April, and we don't have in October, and then what Robert comes in, he sees a double lock on human door. How this is possible? And you know, the boss part of everything is you're supposed to be helping us. This is warning given by somebody, no checks and balances, no warning given, so we can check.
Jamil, hold on a second.
Yes.
Can you hear Jamil?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jamil and I spoke about these violations prior. Again, these issues were addressed at the time of my inspection. I have no issues with those. I can't speak for anything that Maryland did. Again, it was before my time. I can only speak for how I do the job myself. Per my conversation with Jamil is why I started doing written warnings for everyone as opposed to verbal warnings as Maryland did, only because you can't prove what you can't prove. Correct. So I have taken that into effect. I did speak with Jamil, and I know he would like those 2 violations removed from his record, as he was never informed of them from his employees. I have no issues with that. However, the violation that he had in the judgment that he was given at his last inspection was actually prior to receiving the information regarding the other.
Robert, we're having a difficulty hearing you.
Yeah, at what point did you lose me, Jamil?
Everything we missed that, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Go over it again.
So we had spoken prior regarding the violations. As I was just telling the board, I can only speak for what I've done on the job. I can't speak for anything that Maryland did in the past. Per our conversations, we did move over to a written warning system so that the manager or owner of every establishment will be notified anytime that there is a violation. I have no personal problem if we remove these 2 items from your violation list, if the board would like to do so. Again, I can't prove that Maryland did speak to the 2 employees, nor can you prove that she didn't. So it's kind of in a stalemate there. From the records, as you say, having deficiencies, I believe it might have just been a clerical error instead of saying that there was a humidor and that it was unlocked, that she said that there was no humidor and then it didn't generate the next question, which is an easy enough thing to have happen. And again, where there's deficiencies in the report, I'm not going to argue it. However, the violations that were found at the last inspection were found after you had presented before the board and they had ruled. So I know that there was another issue there that you'd wanted to bring up, but for the purpose of the board, we'd like to have those 2 violations scrubbed. That's okay with me. Or more.
How long ago were those?
Both were last year.
So for the second violation, that was the final one you had then?
Second was,
No, it was
last.
Oh, this one, from last
250
year.
and it was 14 days.
But Maryland did not find it.
So I think,
It was a verbal one.
She issued 2 verbal warnings for the same offense. Yeah. So at this point, where they weren't fined offenses, it's not something that I want to wish to argue about anymore.
Right.
The items that, these were the items that were confiscated after the last inspection. The reason that Jamil is here is because of the fine I issued based on those items. I did fine him as if it was his first offense, so it was $100 per item as opposed to the $300 that would have been for a third offense. But Jamil, if you'd like to address the board on anything else, go right ahead.
Yes.
Can we speak?
Yeah, absolutely.
My daughter is gonna represent me.
Hi, thank you for speaking with us today. So I just wanted to talk about those items specifically. Those are not end systems. Those are not nicotine delivery systems. Those are designed for adult use as well as medical marijuana. They are sold in many gas stations and adult only retail shops across the state. When we were reading the regulations, it said it was only end systems that was prohibited in the town of Bellingham, and those are not end systems. So we were, we have the impression that we are allowed to sell these products since they don't fall under that category.
If I may, while I have your attention, if you go to page 3 of the regulations you're holding.
By the law, when I see this, like Tony says, 632 items, we have a list of $25,000 product. According to the law, we removed. And we have the product and list. We can present that to you. In the law, it says not including on this paper you gave us, medical purpose. So all this product you have?
You have documentation stating its direct medical purpose. You have
medical marijuana, yes.
Do you have documentation from the manufacturer?
Yes, I went online today. I don't have all the list what you have, but many of the things I remember, I went to Google. Everything in Google tells you what they are.
I don't want Google, I want a letter from the manufacturer.
See, that's the problem is, that's manufacturer are all over the place. If you go to Google, they tell you how to use this, what these problems are. You know, this is, I understand about what you're talking about. You need from manufacturers. But there's so much law, so much confusing here. This is a new devices. Every pharmacy, every gas station is selling them for, if you look at these devices, inside the devices, there's a card explaining what you can use this for.
Yeah, it's if you open the box of the devices,
every box has inside instruction what you can use this for.
So if you open any of those boxes, are any of them going to say anything other than the purpose of medical marijuana?
It's gonna say marijuana. It's gonna say I think dry herb.
Yeah, it says dry herb.
Okay, but it's dry herb medical marijuana specifically.
You see, now you are guys, you want to do that, it's up to you. I don't want to argue with you, Robert. You know what, there's no my place here. But my daughter.
Yeah, it doesn't specify whether it's for medical marijuana or adult use marijuana, but us putting the products in our store is because adult use is legal in Massachusetts as well as medical. So we didn't see a problem with having those products in the store. And again, since they don't fall under the category of an end system, we didn't think that is a violation of the Bellingham law that are prohibited systems.
As you are saying about the end systems, if you go to page 3 of the regulation, the last definition is the definition of an electronic nicotine delivery system, which I will read. An electronic device, whether for one-time use or reusable, that can be used to deliver nicotine or another substance to a person inhaling from the device, including but not limited to electronic cigarettes, cigars, cigarillos, pipes, vaping pens, hookah pens, and other similar devices that rely on vaporization or aerosolization. I can continue on, but it's a little bit.
But read the next page over, please.
Okay.
Little bit there, that's the page. Next page over, little bit. Left over.
Yeah, page 4. Yeah, so it goes from page 3 to page 4. But
Yeah.
what is your question on page 4?
You see that here it says approved by United States FDA, right? FDA is not approving anything till next year because Corona. I sent you that paragraph they extended.
Yep, I did forward that to the chairperson.
Yes. Then if you see it, it says shall not include product they have been approved by United States Food and Drug Administration used for as a tobacco contained product for a medical purpose. For the medical purpose, it says right here, and marked to sold. Now what happened? I have personally, tell you the truth, a lot of old people, they don't want to smoke the whole joint, but it's too much for them, right? What they do is they love this, and they told me they love this because they put a little bit in there, take 2 or 3 puffs as they need it for the pain or whatever they needed from anxiety, and they're happy with it. They don't have to go through the whole joint.
We have no problems with you selling the devices, but we need them to be medically clear. The problem is in that same section that you read, they are not being prescribed exclusively for that purpose.
Okay, so I didn't know that. Listen, that's what I'm saying. So many new laws. Okay, we remove. I can give you a list of $25,000 worth product we throw it away, right? We have this product, which I thought is the medical marijuana use, which I sell it to my customers. A lot of old people, some young too, but a lot of old people. And if you want me to put the sign up there and say it, medical marijuana only, I can put that up there. If that's the case, I'm willing to do that.
That is up to the board.
We still have to wait for it to be active,
Okay,
Go ahead.
which
Go
they
ahead,
want.
say
yeah, I just wanted to mention, the part where, the tobacco regulation where it defines an end system. And
Yes.
when you said that it's, or any other substance part, that part I believe is not clear enough, to decipher whether, these products were allowable or not, because we have always and will continue to follow all federal, state, and local regulations. And this is not, if we knew about this beforehand, if it was written clear that this excludes dry herb vapor devices for medical and recreational marijuana, we would have not put these products in the store. But this wasn't intentional, and it wasn't clear, because the definition shouldn't be, it shouldn't be correct. It shouldn't be under an end system, because an end is an electronic nicotine delivery system, and these products are no way, they don't deliver any nicotine whatsoever. They weren't designed
Yes,
for that
it's the way that
purpose.
the state refers to all of the products. That's why it's defined that way. But with that being said, the issue that we had in particular was that Jamil was on the prior two meetings, at which point he was told that he could not have them.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm having a little bit trouble hearing you. Can you just repeat that, please?
Yes. So the issue that the board had was that Jamil was on the prior two meetings, well, last three meetings, including tonight, where he was told that he was not able to sell those systems. So that is where the board had an issue
Okay, so what happened is, my understanding was like a language confusion. Me and Roland both read it. He gave us a manager. Both read it. We misunderstand the language. Okay. I removed those product, like I said, $25,000 product, before I came to meeting before you. As soon as I got the letter, we removed everything out of the shelf. It's not after I talked to you, then I removed them. I removed them as soon as I got this letter. So I'm avoiding the law right here. It was misunderstanding, very confusing to read this. We, both of us, okay, first of all, when state banned the flavor, we lost 50% of the business. When you guys banned us with e-liquid, we lost 20% of the business. Now we got 30%. This is our 5 to 7 to 10% business, this one. Why shouldn't I remove that when I know I cannot sell it? I know I'm gonna have violation. Why I remove $25,000 product and not remove a couple of $1,000 product? Why shouldn't I? I am obeying the law. I listen to you, no argue, you came out of the decision, no, you can't do it. Although every town, in Massachusetts allowing smoke shop to sell liquid tobacco, but Bellingham and maybe a few other towns. Other than that, every other town is allowing the smoke shop because they want to sustain business. But no argue with you guys. You guys said no. I said okay. But there was no talk about medical marijuana products. They are not even in there.
Why don't we have the board kind of talk about that for a second, just because.
Yeah, it says electronic nicotine system. And then it defined everything. It doesn't say electronic and cannabis.
It should be in its own separate definition.
That's what the confusing we have. And if you don't want us to sell this, that's fine. But we already, whatever it is. But that we didn't mean to have that to have a violation when we know we're going to have violation. And I didn't even got the chance to speak to you, and we was closed for 2 weeks. Already 1 week we've been closed.
I think there's 24 total. There was one that was too large for the back.
And these products are sold all over the country by various smoke shops and gas
Online, you
stations.
can get them.
They're very known to people, the brands.
You
that
can
we
go to
carry.
Amazon and order these.
Yeah.
If someone buys something for medical use, they have to show their card. There is actually a specific, there is a device that is specifically for medical marijuana use, where you can only obtain the pods from a medical marijuana distributor. And when you plug it into the device, it actually reads on your phone your dosage. So it's actually a very smart device. I see it at another shop. You would not see those. Actually, you would not see those, period.
Right. So,
It's the board's opinion that you don't want those products sold. So going forward, you should take them off the shelf.
They have been removed from the shop.
Yeah.
That's so, then, so the FDA is starting on hold for these devices.
But they are FDA approving them as cessation.
and,
But it's not, it's still up in the air.
Yes.
It's not approved yet.
Can I
So
have a
you
quick
can't,
question?
that's
Not
so
gonna
you
allow.
can't, you can't
Is
tell it unless it's
is
FDA approved and not FDA
that
approved.
specific device or a definition of that device on that list so it's clear? I mean, there's no,
The way that it's worded is to deliver nicotine or another substance.
okay.
So it's the way that this is written is banning any type of electronic cigar, cigarette, pen, hookah,
which was our
Unless
state.
it's FDA.
unless it's FDA approved for cessation or for medical marijuana use specific.
So it's clear, it's clear enough in your opinion that the product is one that the board intended to waive.
In my opinion, it is, but
Okay.
I am also probably more familiar with these regulations.
I mean, anyone can call or go to Amazon and order this. It's legal.
Well, that's Amazon. If they want to order it from there, they can. But our town has certain laws. The state has certain laws, and
They can deliver it to Bellingham by Amazon or anybody. It's not an illegal product that we can't have it in Bellingham because, you know, they can order it online. They can come to your house the next day. These are legal product. I mean, this is something the state didn't ban it. Town can ban it. You know, that's fine. But I'm trying to tell you, this is for medical marijuana purpose.
Mhm. Yeah, and a lot
And
of
when you write down the law for nicotine, you know, that what confuse us, that we're reading a nicotine and these are medical marijuana stuff. And that's not written in the law.
and
but for medical marijuana to buy the devices,
By the town of Bellingham wasn't written anywhere.
you have to have a medical marijuana card. So is he checking those cards?
Did you hear the comment, Jamil?
I can't hear her.
Can you hear me?
No, yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, so if that product is being sold for medical marijuana, are you checking for a medical marijuana card at the
We're not
time of sale?
supposed to check it because we don't sell medical marijuana.
But you're
Yeah.
selling a
Yeah,
device
so
that's
you
meant for
can't
that.
sell-
Device, anybody can sell it. Any gas station, any
Yeah,
convenience store,
gas-
anybody.
Gas stations are selling them everywhere.
Not
I mean, when you order from online, they don't check your medical marijuana card. They send it to you.
So not in Bellingham, not in Blackstone.
We're not, and there are other cities and towns in the process of also banning items. They got held up to the same reason they was held up in the FDA.
Yeah.
So,
You know, when they buy at the pharmacy, they got 300% profit. With us,
you should still sell them in the store, and if FDA approves these in the future, you can. So Jamil, you still can't sell these in the store because they can be used for nicotine.
No, they
They
cannot be.
cannot be used for nicotine.
It's a vaping pen. What's in the bag is vaping.
No, you cannot put tobacco in there. This is, you can read the card. There's no vaping in there. You can't.
Open up
But
what's
in our-
legal.
Different liquid, completely different
Well,
Open it.
product than cannabis.
I get the pen.
In our regs, it says that you can't use it for tobacco or any other substances,
Which one?
unless it's FDA approved.
No, there's no nicotine right here. There's nothing you
well,
can use
It wasn't designed.
designed to
for-
use for nicotine and does don't work for nicotine. There's two different things. The cannabis has a wax. The liquid has oil, vegetable oil.
That's
So
what
they
the
don't work in there.
Yeah, if you try some,
It's not gonna work.
yeah, you can't put liquid nicotine inside of those products. It will not work.
And what is that? You're saying every single device in here cannot be used for any type of nicotine at all.
No.
Well,
Because we're gonna look at them
We're
all.
gonna open them and look at the
So-
instructions.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay,
We're gonna open up 2 or 3.
I got one back.
I mean, you can, since it's dry herb, technically you can put tobacco inside of
One
them,
little
but
bit
they are
tobacco.
not, they are not designed for that purpose. If you look at them, they usually have a ceramic chamber. It's like an oven type where it would heat up the flour and make it so it's non-combustible, which is safer than combustible, smoking combustible marijuana.
Robbie, can
Too
you
low.
hand me a couple of them? I don't know.
This-
I can handle it. I can go in the
This one.
So this is like what I usually see people
The same, just dryer.
using. No idea.
That's good education for everyone, right? There's so many laws are coming up, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's
it gets kind of tricky to figure out the differences.
we've been in this business for so long. Every month something new comes in and we have to go through this.
Yeah.
Learn ourselves how this works.
We wouldn't lie to you about this. You can try to put nicotine e-liquid in any of these devices and try to use it.
Right, so this is big pen too.
Okay. Rob, you took all of the items on the list and went through that list with somebody from the tobacco organization, right? Sarah?
I took the state law and I took, first we remove everything from the state law. What you guys came out is only one thing, no nicotine delivery electronic system, right? And we removed all that.
Yeah, so
Rest, you are according to the state law. Only thing you have changed the $2.50 to $5 for the cigar and e-liquid, e-electronic would remove all that.
Even, for instance, this one.
it wouldn't make sense for us to.
Harris
keep-
M1 Easy Vapes is an advanced vape pen for thick oils. That's not dry herb.
Not the sun.
Well, you can use
You
it.
could.
So what's the board's pleasure? You want to take it under advisement and continue to next meeting?
What was
They
their
still,
violation?
right now, they still
Their
can't.
violation was the sale of the
Definitely a lot of it. A lot of that says vaping on it.
there was, like I said, 25 items. It was
So to eliminate the first part, just be this. First part.
The two warnings that Maryland issued.
Those were already removed. Essentially, because when I wrote the fine would have been 7,500 instead of 25,000.
Oh,
What's the
This
fine?
is 25.
This, the last fine, 2 weeks. This is 100, right?
It would have been 300 per item had I calculated it on prior violations.
Oh, let's just say those are the ones.
no, they have to be gone.
They have to be gone. We want to do like.
They're actually, we only have, items that are FDA approved. And if the state changes that,
You can bring it back.
then you can bring it to the board.
Do they all say vaping?
Couple don't.
Typically, they say vaporizer or something of that sort, but not, I can't say all.
That's what's this one. Where is this? Right.
Right.
It was very.
Correct.
You said if you wanted, if you took all the vaping products off the shelf, you wouldn't have a business.
Well, you said it's 25,000, 25%. The other was
All
30.
of that says vaping.
That's
But so now, are they able to sell parts though, just not the devices
No.
themselves?
No parts.
No. No parts. No other convenience store, nobody in town can sell it.
other than.
So when he says it's at other convenience stores, he might be talking about Rhode Island
Across the
or
state.
somewhere else.
You know, there should be none in them.
Like, yeah, you buy fireworks. Buy fireworks now. Fireworks are not getting reimbursed too. You can't ship them.
Well, it's just like wine.
Yeah, yeah, right.
You could make sure Amazon.
Massachusetts has already been sent in.
Yeah, so
However,
Massachusetts is already starting.
So
So
Amazon.
if Amazon's getting away with it right now, we'll be on for that.
We could actually send them. Yeah, we get quite a bit. And more than I would say a business. Yeah, would be right. They're doing this. You know,
Oh, they're right here in town. A site visit with the list that's on our,
So,
on our
we wanted
radar.
to make them.
These are all town.
This particular was our town violation.
So, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Oh,
That's a fine and a half.
yeah.
I'm going to 14 days.
okay,
14 days from the date of the,
Okay.
of the,
okay.
So,
I don't know, let's talk about it. I mean,
That's
I
fine.
don't know, I mean, what's
It's a new device.
you cannot have
You
it.
cannot have it.
those devices were already, in Jamil's defense, they were already, there was a number of them that were still on premises, but backed up and being removed when I come in. And then the only items that were on display were actually the ones that I confiscated. So,
So when you guys go to the store and make sure that everything
Right.
is on the up and up.
in addition,
Styles, the thing.
should be a one quick thing for you too. Can you hear me okay?
Jamil?
Yes,
So one quick thing for you too. Did you want to continue being an adult only? Because if so, you will need to have either a ID reader at the door or a employee that IDs them at the door to make sure that no one under the age of 21 comes in.
okay, if I'm, being adult, I'm not adult store anymore because I cannot sell any liquid nicotine or liquid devices or any flavor. So I'm not really adult store. I'm gonna be a regular store.
Well,
I can't
Okay.
sell anything.
yeah, I just wanted to also ask, why did you decide to ban end systems?
Because she
Well,
got study here.
Hold on.
She got study here. It's much healthier to smoke
Okay,
and cigarette.
So it's,
E-cigarette is much healthier than regular cigarette. She got
The
study.
ultimate goal is to have no one smoking, period. But that is obviously not going to happen in any of our lifetimes, I would assume.
Of course, and cigarette smoking now is at a record-breaking low, and that is believed to be from vaping. Cigarettes kill 480,000 people, 1,000 people per year, 500,000 almost, and it's very, very toxic, and vaping is significantly less harmful than cigarette smoking. So why would you allow cigarettes to still be sold in the town of Bellingham, but you ban vaping? We've been having customers who came to us for many, many years. They claim that vaping has saved their lives. Quit
And
smoking.
mind you, by the way, 35 years I smoke. Finally, I quit because of this.
And when no other
And I feel much healthier.
when no other cessation method has worked, they tried nicotine patches, nicotine gum, and none of that has worked for them. But vaping has, and vaping has helped millions across the country quit smoking. So I'm asking
We've
why
also
would
had vaping cause a number of new smokers due to its appeal to the younger ages. The onset of vaping also coincided with the hike in tobacco use in high schoolers under the age of 18.
yeah, but
now they do it in school. Because they
but they like flavors, and flavors was
No
already,
kids like tobacco flavor.
Yes,
No
it
kids.
was
They can't
already-
even tolerate it unless you're a smoker.
it was
they,
already
they like the flavor. You're right.
Yeah, which
Exactly.
ban the flavor. So they
So-
can't even tolerate the
they don't
smoke.
like
If
tobacco.
I am right, I smoke flavor. I found them.
If we don't like tobacco, we wouldn't have cigarettes.
If I smoke tobacco, trust me, I'm a smoker. I can't tolerate it. How the new person is gonna like it?
Yeah, tobacco
It's
does
only
not.
the people who has quit it. They own that. They can smoke tobacco. Nobody else.
Yeah, tobacco flavors does not appeal to young children, and the state even deemed that it is. They even took menthol off of the market, and so the residents of Bellingham, you're taking away that option for them to quit smoking cigarettes, and it's not right to take that option away, especially given the benefits of quitting smoking.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yes.
Of all of your sales, can you document for me how many of them were to quit smoking?
Out of all of my sales,
Out of the sales, out of all of these products that I have in front of me, the 25 that I took, the number of years that your store's been open, the number of people that you've sold to, can you tell me that, we'll say even 75% of those were to quit smoking, or how many of them were introductions to nicotine?
they are also, I'll explain it a little bit. So there's different types of end systems. There's one where you are able to wean down on the nicotine. These products are not like cigarettes. They are not designed to get you hooked forever on nicotine. They are designed where you can go down in milligram of nicotine, and we supplied all of the milligram strengths: 18 milligram, 12 milligram, 6 milligram, 3 milligram, all the way down to 0 milligram nicotine, which is very, very small. 3%, 0.33% is a very, very small amount of nicotine compared to cigarettes. And our customers we have loyal customers who have quit
Okay,
smoking
I personally
cigarettes.
myself tell you, over 100 people had them quit.
How many customers do you have total?
I myself alone help people who have so many people
So
come in,
many
ask
people,
us
so many.
how we can quit, and we help
We
them.
help them, and they've been coming back to us
Uncounted for.
years.
So
Myself,
if your goal is to help people quit smoking, then why don't you stock your shelves with cessation devices?
what is,
Approved by the
We do.
FDA.
We have vaping.
Yes.
I know it's
One's
not.
approved by the FDA.
I know it is not approved by the FDA, but it is a cessation method that has worked for so many people when the other
And the ones
cessation
that are
methods have
approved will
not
work
worked.
just as well.
There is nothing approved by
They don't
FDA.
work. Then the patches and the gum, you can ask the residents of Bellingham who vape. They will tell you that it does not work
But
for
they've
them. They
already
don't.
chosen their path to vape. I know plenty of people that quit smoking off of patches and gum.
And Chantix, when doctor gave me a Chantix, right? He was making me quit, but gave me a different problem.
Psychological problems.
Psychological problem they gave me. Patch, I had it here. I supposed to have one, and I was smoking. You know, believe it or not, she was smoker, I was smoker. We both got off because of this.
Smoke cigarettes.
Excuse me.
You're still inhaling. You're still smoking.
This is vape. I
It's
quit.
non-combustible.
Yeah, but what happened is, it's very, very low nicotine.
I asked what they smoke.
What I'm smoking right here is from 18 to 3 milligram.
It's a very low amount of nicotine
Can
compared
I
to.
also just mention one thing to you that I actually heard from another person that prior sold those devices in town, was that they should come with a safety course, because most people do damage to their lungs not knowing how to properly use the device. That being
Well,
said,
there's nothing-
I am not someone that uses them myself. I can say that I have never tried drugs in my life, but most people use the device similar to how they were told or thought to take a hit from a bomb, where
We
you
don't
breathe in,
have,
you hold and then you breathe out, which is when the gases expand in your lungs, causing issues. That is what-
nobody's saying putting in your lung anything is good. Don't get me wrong here.
But
Nobody's saying that what we're doing is good.
it's
It's
significant.
wrong. And cigarette is the worst thing you can ever had. I've been through that all my life. I think that's the worst thing anybody ever made.
It's-
Okay, but this is much healthier because I feel healthy for past 6 years. Okay, then when I was smoking, I used to cough for 15-20 minutes in the morning, afternoon, smell bad. Anybody around me get second-hand smoke, this has no smell. I'm smoking 3 milligrams of nicotine instead of 18 milligram.
It's
1,200.
I am smoking 3 milligrams of nicotine instead of 18 milligram.
yeah, it's harm reduction. It's significantly less harmful than cigarettes.
And we have studies here.
And as far as not being able to use them properly, we have there's instructions on all the devices, as well as we explain to the customers exactly how to use them.
Jamil,
Yes, sir.
okay, the board's ready to make a decision on their actions here, so we can move on and get through our meeting here.
Sure, sure.
The board's decided to waive the original 2 violations that Maryland had run. So
Okay.
that would mean that this is your first offense, which comes with a 14-day suspension and a $2,500 fine.
Well, if it's a first offense, there is.
Oh, it makes it a first, so there's no suspension?
See, you close me out without giving me a chance to talk to you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If it goes down to a first offense, there is no suspension. However, his suspension was based off of the previous violations found, not based on his number of violations. It's been, I believe, 7. Or like at that point, though, is the adult.
Well, that's the question. So Jamil, when
Jamil,
is your
question.
last day for being adult only? When's your last
What
day?
she said?
Sorry.
What would be your last day as the adult-only store, or is that your intention to go?
Today, I don't care. I'm closed. You closed out for 2 weeks.
All right, so
Well, if
effective tomorrow, you're no longer an adult only store, you can open. But
Can
there's
you
that
hear them okay, Jamil?
No.
Okay, so effectively, what the board has, I'll recite it because you can hear me a little bit better. What the board has effectively done is they are going to keep your fine of the 2,500 for having the devices. In the event that the FDA does clear any of these, you are more than welcome to sell them at that time, or if you do have medical definitions for them. They are waiving the other 2 violations that were on your file. So they are removing those 2 violations from Maryland, which would make this your first offense. That would mean that as of tomorrow, you could reopen your doors and continue business. It will negate the remainder of your permit suspension. If you are relinquishing your adult-only license as of today, you will not have to install a card reader or have a person at the door checking IDs. You'll be able to function as a normal retail tobacco establishment. But we need your permission in order to basically change your permit type so that you no longer have to abide by those rules.
What happened
Okay,
to,
so-
what happened to the
okay.
warning I got this time, this $2,500 warning with the
fine-
misunderstanding of the language?
Can we wait? Can this be
Can you
waived?
waive? Because
We
how
are,
can I swear to you that I did not understand the language? And if you don't believe me, send somebody. I can show you $25,000 of product I removed. I have it. I'm gonna throw it away in the garbage tomorrow.
we removed so much inventory back in September for the
It took-
flavors. We've lost so much.
And this
money.
was not that something I intentionally did. It was written. We are not, she's,
And, you know, we have a huge financial burden.
already we have financial burden.
You have 2 options. We will let you pick whichever one you would like. First off, just to clarify, you are relinquishing your adult-only permit and going to a regular retail tobacco establishment, correct?
Yes.
Well, if we can't sell end systems.
And what about these devices? I cannot sell them?
In the event that they do get approved by the FDA,
FDA is not approving because of COVID-19 till next year. They're not doing anything.
yeah, in the event that they do get approved by the FDA, you are
we
then
can
welcome to
them.
sell them.
Okay, so, but
Or-
is,
Additionally, if you can get a device that is prescribed specifically for either medical marijuana per our bylaws or as a cessation device, you are more than welcome to have those. It's just these.
okay, but
See, that's the
doctors
problem
don't,
come again, right? The packs made by Juul. They do a lot of advertisement, they're rich, and the $300 device, old people have to buy who's on Social Security. Made by Juul packs, that is gonna be FDA approved. And the $40,
I am not the one approving them, I'm just the
Yeah.
one enforcing.
$40 product who anybody can afford it, the old people, you don't want us to sell it. That's fine. You guys are the boss. So just please waive that fee because I didn't
So you-
understand this.
This is where you have 2 options. You can either reopen tomorrow and pay the fee of $2,500. We can set up a payment plan if you would like. Or you can remain closed for another week and we will waive the fee.
I close for another wave. I don't have money. My business, 80% of my business is gone.
Now we need to get the paper.
Yeah, so you no longer have the adult-only store at this point.
Yes.
if we
And
can't
do you
sell
want
the
to fill out a
end,
food permit?
Yes, I'm gonna apply for a food permit.
That you can do online or give me a call in the morning, we'll walk you through it.
Just so that we know when we come back in.
What? I'm sorry?
And
We will waive the fee for the food permit.
Waive the fee of-
waive the fee for the food permit.
Okay, all right. All right, I guess this is it. We are 60% of the business
One
and you
second.
guys 30% of the
Will,
business.
will you guys, reconsider, your prohibition on vaping products?
Not at this point. I doubt it.
Not at this point, okay.
All right. All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank
And
If you have a question,
that's
give me
my
a call.
only one violation. You're gonna count this as a violation when we didn't understand the language. It wasn't clear. Medical marijuana product we can sell.
They said they will waive it if you stay.
No, they're considered as a warning because you didn't specify in the law that way we can sell a cannabis product. And you open the boxes and you see everything is for cannabis.
One second, please stand clarification.
So it's not like retail. Still sell. Still would be
So this violation will count on your record as your first violation.
Even
See,
though
we
we
all, okay, we
Waiving.
all
We're just
confused.
waiving the fee.
waiving the fee.
Okay, we all confused here about this violation. Okay, that's fine. All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I'd like to make a motion that.
Yeah, so I am gonna be a regular store for tomorrow.
No,
Yeah.
no.
When I open up
When you
next week,
reopen in a week, you will be a regular
Reopen in a
store.
week.
are you gonna send me a food license or I'm gonna apply for it?
If
Have
you,
to apply, Jamal.
yeah, if you apply, we will send it.
All right, thank you. Bye.
I'd like to make a motion that we're waiving the fee in lieu of going an extra week in suspension. And this still counts as first violation. And relinquishing the adult owner, I'm a retail staff, and then apply for food. And we're waiving. Aye.
There's no more of those.
No more.
Hi,
Thank you, Jamil.
Well,
All right, you're up.
hi, my name is Khalid Naseem, and I am here for 786 Mart, which is doing business as Save More Cash.
You were actually on the August 11th meeting.
All right. All right.
Let me just talk to the board. They came into the board today and paid their tobacco license and food license. I haven't pushed it through the books yet until you guys have a chance to talk.
But they still don't have their state license. They do not. I spoke to the DOR.
The state one is there. They have the state license, and they also have, they had the ENDS license in May. And
You do not have your state license. I spoke to the Department of Revenue earlier today.
I have provided you the license, or my
You do
client
not have the state license.
does have the state license. I have seen it myself, and my client says that he has provided it.
He has not provided his license. He has
Okay,
provided
well-
an approval for the license
well-
that is for 2020 to 2022. It still does not kick into effect until October 1st of this year. It's been operating
that,
for
you
2
know,
years.
we're talking, if we're talking about 2000, that will be effective October 1.
Yes, that is the only license he
That
has.
license, yeah, we don't have that. You know, how will we have that when there is another license valid up to September 30th?
You do not have a license that is covering you from October 1st of 2018 to September 30th of this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are numerous issues with respect to the licensing, and that's what I want to bring to your attention in the next
I
meeting.
understand that you've had numerous issues. First off, you were not slated on this agenda. Secondly,
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
not able to sell tobacco without a state license. I understand there was issues obtaining it.
Yeah.
You do not sell the product without proper approval.
I will bring all matters to your attention in the next meeting, because I don't see any productive thing coming out of this. If you are not, we are not slated for this, and I just wanted to request that hearing, because it says that within 7 days you have to request a hearing, and I came here to request that hearing. I will be presenting some.
We'll put you on the next agenda. I'm holding the application and the check that he brought in today until we have an opportunity to meet and discuss what the board would like to do. So I can either hold that, or if he wants to come and withdraw without prejudice his application and check if he wants to come by, or we'll hold it.
You can hold it, and we'll present our case in the next hearing.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you at the next meeting.
Complete hearing. I just was here to request that hearing for the next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
So do you want me to send anything in writing requesting that hearing?
It'll be in the minutes.
Or this?
It's in our minutes. We'll put you on the agenda.
for August 11th, we'll put you on the agenda.
If you have anything in support of that and you want to send it ahead of time, so that we may review it, that's up to you.
Yeah, we will definitely, you know, on all,
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Robbie. Ways, regulations, amendments.
So, going to our regulations, I eyeballed these in the last few weeks, across a few things. So, I don't know if these are written prior to state laws being finalized. Page 8, section H has actually listed that adult-only retail tobacco stores can sell flavored tobacco products, which the state is not allowing. I need to get clarification for that on Thursday.
Which page, where is that? Page 8?
Page 8, section H.
It says no person shall sell, you say.
The last part of that, except an adult-only retail tobacco.
Well, we don't have it in health.
But even that, that's the state makes that.
Okay.
So we can. I did run into an issue regarding same page, section G, more particularly section or subsection 2. So when the regulation was written, I don't know if it was keeping in mind full-size cigars. The way that our bylaw is written, the regulation is written, they're causing like the game cigars that are sold in packs of 2, they're usually sold for $1.49, sold for $5. I didn't know if that was the board's intention. A number of stores have had issues with that. Wanted to bring it up.
Some of them actually on sale for 99 cents for 2.
Yeah,
But they can't do that. It has to be
right.
250 or
would have
more.
to be a minimum of $2.50 or $5 is what they have to do. So that is a Bellingham specific regulation. I didn't know if we wanted to amend that or keep that the same.
From more than, two or more. And so then,
So what they sell, packs of 2 for 5?
So, for instance, I have a couple of things. Basically, it's these packs that have 2 in them. So those are being sold for, would be being sold for $5. No, they're usually they're $1.49. The $2.49 or $2.99 is the pipe tobacco.
So do we want to scale that back a little? Yeah, I don't remember now. I thought it was like 3 or 5. It's like $1.75. You see that 149, they were actually selling them for 75. They were selling them originally for 99. They packaged 2, now they're $1.49. So technically, they're selling them.
It was just a number of businesses had questions about it. So, where was Bellingham specific?
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was intent to be like 2 for 250. 3 for 5. Something like that. I think what we think was the pack would grow from 2 to 250, what each, 3 for 5. So you're really not saving.
So the other question was stores didn't know if they could combine packages for $5.
And then, what do you think about that? Line package.
So sell 4 for 5?
So it's a 4 for $5.
yeah, so I think anything over, like, more than 2
More than 2.
cigars,
Yeah.
right? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yes.
So you want to put, since they're already in.
Well, so it
packages,
says 2 or more now.
Yeah, so the issue, what a number of stores had started doing was the $1.49 packs, they were selling them in 2 packs for $5.
That's right.
Okay, yeah. So that would be fine.
We need to clarify that in the paperwork.
We need to amend
Because
that.
it's not gonna be packed, it's not. We don't- That, I think that would be fine,
That's-
because it's still more than 2
That's just where they
cigars.
wanted clarification. Okay.
You wouldn't cite
Still,
it, that's fine.
Okay.
More than 2 cigars, two or more cigars, so they're taking 2 packs and they're combining them. And some, yeah, that's fine.
So in other words, a single,
Do you agree,
technically by
Robbie?
law, had to be 250.
Like, it's kind of, it's like the same thing anyway. They're
Yeah,
combining them.
it's fine in my eyes, I just didn't know if you guys would
Yeah.
see an issue with it, where similar to what Vinny said, where we were selling them for a single for $2.50, and then a pack of 4 for $5, and they're really $1.25.
Yeah, it wasn't about how much,
It wasn't.
it was,
Get rid of that 99 cent or less. Off the plate.
it was trying to make it harder for younger kids be like, hey, you know, buy me a cigar. So I think, you know,
Alright,
$5,
no problem.
it still falls under
Yeah,
that.
more than two. So in other words, they put two packs together. It's technically more than two because there's four.
Exactly, that's how I feel.
Okay.
So that's
And then one more was just a minor one. Page 11, section, actually the first one. In the case of a second violation within 36 months of the date of the current violation, the fine of $200 and then
Yeah, yeah.
the very first.
Yeah, that's a good point. 200. So it must have been,
Typo at the top. I didn't know it was supposed to be a
I think it's supposed
fine
to
of
be 200
$250.
and then it goes to 3. Yeah, well, it's written. You know, when you're doing the check,
I know what
you
you're
always
talking
check the
about. You
writing.
know it's 200, you know it's 250.
Well, because if you look at the other one, it's 300. And it's 300. I think it's a
I
typo.
thought we brought those numbers up.
I thought we did too, but I think we did the 1, 2, 3 for some reason.
I think we did.
Did they hear you guys?
Oh, it says fine at 200 and then it's got 250.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should just be that.
I just wanted to make sure.
So
that
it
I
was 1, 2, 3, right? If I remember right?
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we need-
Hey guys, real quick, may I interrupt? I know AJ's Mini Mart's still on and they have a quick question for you. They posted in the chat they couldn't quite hear what the decision was for them. I don't know if anyone has it in the minutes they could recite back to them.
Sorry.
Still coming in kind of muffled over there. Bruce, you're not killing it with the mic. You gotta be moving that thing around right now.
All right, who's going to speak? Okay, hold on. All right.
Can AJ's Mini Mart hear me? Okay. The board made a recommendation. Mr. Forte made a motion to take off the first violation so that the one that you have now would technically be the first one.
The second.
Sorry, the second. Because 2 letters were already sent out for this. And so the second, this will be your second violation, not your third. The $2,000 fine will stand as well as a 14-day suspension. And it was seconded by Kelly and Ford. So the fine is $2,000 and a 14-day suspension.
When do we start the 14-day suspension?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so I pull cigarettes tonight off the shelves?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm glad you get that down there. I figured it had. Well, I do.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm sorry to bother you guys again, but Tony did leave. Is there like any other way that maybe we could get the extension, or should I call him right now and tell him that you guys want the cigarettes removed?
We can give you an extra day if you need it.
You can give an extra day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Might not be cut. Start in the middle of the week. I'm saying is 1 day extra. First, starting it on a Monday, hold it on Sunday night. We get 24 extra hours.
For the sake of moving on, you want to jump into the food complaints?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You wanted me to try to dig up the old. We want to try to find an old.
I know that the state theirs, the state was 1, 2, 3, so 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I don't know if the town.
see if I can find it.
But so if it was a state violation, you would find them the same as the state, right?
If it's a state violation, we get the state fine. If it's a town violation, it's a town fine.
So no matter what, if it's a state and it was a
So,
town
for
fine, you would
instance-
still find them for that state.
But you wouldn't do 1,000 plus 100.
Possibly,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If it was,
possibly,
So if
depends
they're
on
not
the
out of town,
Okay,
violation.
so it'll be 1,000 plus.
So for instance, the gentleman that was just on, that's coming in next meeting, was a number of state fines and then multiple town fines.
And I know we had to go through.
2018.
2016 to 2018.
2016 to 2018.
They're 2 years at a time.
And when they were here, they
So he
had
went
brought
2
up
whole
those
years
numbers.
of sales without the permit.
But you didn't have to.
No town or state
Since 16.
since 18.
Since 18.
Because the state, the Department of Revenue issues the state licenses, they do September to October. Sorry, September to September it starts. Wait, when Maryland had approached
So
them
that's
about
still
their
a
permit
question anyway.
last
Bob
year,
was
they
one
met
of
with
them,
the
and
attorney. And that was the same position they took when I went to. And
If we go back and look at the minutes, it'll be one or the other.
So we're gonna have to go back on that, because I think that that number might even be wrong altogether.
Okay.
It might not, it might be higher than.
Okay.
Or 250. So, we'll have to look back
Well,
at
the
that.
1, 2, 3, I think is the old. I just don't remember the did raise.
I think it was like 3,500 or something like that.
Well,
It was only like $75 more or something
Right,
than what they
because
were
we're
already
doing more
paying.
inspection. Now, when we, last meeting, when we raised our inspection, we decided to leave.
We upped them.
You know what I'm saying? When we- Last meeting, we said, we're gonna take 3s and do them 4, we're gonna take 2, do 1, because of all the problems. So we haven't raised the fees. 2 was based on 2 inspections, 3 had 3 inspections, 4 inspections, and then 6 for the rest of the house.
So we added, I think, 1 extra inspection on each, like that's how we raised it.
Well, the 6 we left alone, which is supervised, but we added, the 4 was already 4, so it's 4.
the threes
The
and
3s and 2s, we added 1 and 2 and 2.
Like, we-
1 and 2, so 2 went to 4, 3s went to 4, 4
Okay,
is already
yeah,
4.
that's okay.
And
Yeah.
6 stays 6, because supermarkets are, let's say,
Yeah.
inherently too many operations. Cover. Sorry,
All right, anyway.
moving along.
All right, so
Anything else on that, Robbie, or are you good with that?
But that was it that I see in the regulations if I come across it. That's all. I'll let you know.
So, can I
one
assume-
quick thing.
One quick question, I assume that was.
Yes.
One quick thing, so the board knows, I did speak to 1 or 2 of you. Rob and I needed secure locking boxes
Right.
for the evidence. So I went to Home Depot and I picked up 4 flannel plastic containers and locks. So
You know
that,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're in the closet downstairs. The active one is under my desk in my office.
They have 4 patent locks, 1 for each. So
But it's secure.
they,
You should get
You
more
need
than
it.
a key to life, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
How
that's it.
long do you hold on?
That's a good question.
typically it's a total court case. If there is.
Right.
Besides that, these reps they can't sell. I can check with the agency what their policy is.
Okay.
But
So if we
they
can
can
dispose of them?
Yeah.
Unless it.
Unless they come
FDA
through.
approved. But here's the other thing too.
Okay.
One thing that. you
But there's
get-
still one thing on the package, so it won't go.
But
The stuff that's FDA approved will actually say.
Yeah. The bad news about this stuff here that the FDA is having contact with, a lot of the stuff that in the store, China, a lot of it, everything, the baking devices, oils, and pesticides, other stuff, which is what you get in tobacco. When they spray their plants, so that those mites don't eat the tobacco. That's
But a bit nauseous.
well, whatever.
Pesticide.
The point is, when we get FDA approval, the card we made from food
Right, it will be more filtered.
Yeah,
Alright,
and
so-
it'll be more regular, be analyzed.
Yeah.
But quality, okay.
All right, so let's, go ahead. Health agent updates.
I was gonna say last item is the contract.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Do you have one drafted here?
All right,
Ready to go?
I wanted to go to town council. It is drafted. It's what we had from Maryland, but I'd like town council to look at it before you sign it at the next meeting.
Fine.
Okay.
All right,
Any of them?
Yep, it's right after the regs.
we took the old one and made it into a Word document and changed out to put in Rob where Maryland's name was. Review it if you see any typos, but it went from a PDF to a Word.
Now,
So
is it
sometimes you
after
get a
the,
little-
one we crossed out with, Maryland. Okay.
So look at that, and then I wanted to send it to town council just to be sure that we did everything proper.
We're fine.
Yes. So just so the board is aware, Maryland employee it is 50 an hour for regular educational as well as retail stuff visits. The actual compliance checks are 30 for inspection. Out of that, I paid. So,
Does your town, ID say food inspector on it, or is it?
mine just says agent, but Maryland is actually bringing me her badge and all of her paperwork tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll be.
Yeah, I'm good. So once council looks at what next meeting we should.
Yeah, let's just get it signed at the next meeting.
Yeah, either that or, you know.
I mean, the big thing was getting them sworn in. I wanted to be sure before we started issuing fines and violations that he was a true agent.
Sidebar to that too. I did submit an invoice today just to try to stay on top of things for the actual tobacco. So it was 40 hours. But I have a app. You guys need to see it. Actually, geotags everywhere I go. Keep track of the hours.
I think I talked to you probably for about 40 hours.
Yeah.
I probably talked to you 40 hours.
Yeah.
I know, me
I
too.
did. Without the contracts being
At least 40. I think it's more like 80.
Do I need to hold off on something?
What?
Without signing the contract, do I need to hold off on something?
No, we
Yeah,
put you
well,
in.
yeah,
we
submit
put
it
you-
because
we-
this should be
Yeah,
done
we-
at the
we have-
next meeting anyway. We'll sign this and then we'll.
Worst case,
back.
if council gets back to, let's say,
We'll
Get it
have
back
we'll
Monday.
have it by August 11th.
You wanna make a-
Invoices in by then. We'll
we'll
sign
just
it.
come in and sign.
Why don't you make a motion subject to town council approval, and then just a matter of getting signatures. I can circulate it.
And then the liability, he's already under the town.
He's
Yes.
Does that fall underneath this too?
I'll find out. I believe so.
Excellent.
That liability there looks like it's a private contract versus the town. Town liability. Up to whatever
But
the
is this,
bond.
so that, is this a private?
I think the contract here that says this with the liability is for private contractor. Maryland was doing it.
Well,
Yeah, what I'm saying is initially, now you're technically employed, right?
I've been a W.
Yeah, he's already been. because of
So
the
what I'm
food
saying is he's
inspection.
covered under town insurance.
well, just like that.
Okay.
Isn't it just like that?
Yeah.
He's just saying that even if he's a private contractor, he's already under the.
He's already
food
under
Well, that's
inspection,
the food
so-
inspection.
Right. Okay, I'll make a motion that we,
Just wanna make sure.
I'll make a motion,
So
we,
should we make sure?
Yeah, I'll verify that.
okay, I'll make a motion that we approve this contract or sign this contract as soon as town comes,
Subject to.
subject to town council making any changes to make it, more legal or whatever.
Another set of eyes on it.
And, we can come in and sign it, should you get it back to Bruce or Bob
All right, thanks, everyone.
next week.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passes.
Hey, Bruce.
Actually,
Oh.
He's up.
I already told him like twice.
I know.
He's not talking yet. And
basically, it's the food update on the food complaints. I'm gonna rely on our food inspector here to fill us in. They haven't been as many. I think things are starting to.
I haven't been doing them. So because we had the 2-week hiatus from the last inspections, I had to wait 2 weeks before I could re-inspect them. So this is the week I can actually go into to do the re-inspections on the prior violations.
Okay. Stand by, everybody.
So I have the August
So
11th.
it looks good during the lull,
Yeah.
because he's not out there checking them, but once the official 2 weeks is over, he'll be out there checking them.
Yeah, the 2 weeks ended yesterday, so from this point on, I can go do more. I'm also going to start doing the level 2 and 3s beginning in August, just so I can get caught up on them as opposed to trying to crunch them all in again.
Couple bills.
Well, we're gonna hope for the best.
Right.
Fingers crossed. We'll be better.
A few people have replaced their coolers or had their
Yes.
coolers cleaned, so we're hoping you don't have any of that.
Rapid refill is in the process of, they actually spoke to Beth today.
They're looking at a different type of case so that we don't have as many sandwiches come out of them.
Yep, so they're doing it twofold. They're putting in a new case. They already removed the old one, and they're implementing a data sheet and temp check. So every hour, whoever's on staff is going to check all the products. They got temp gun up, good document it, and then if they're getting out of temp, move them into it.
So, was it the fact that they were offline for a while, or they were just old?
Some of it was
on his
the-
last line. Yeah, stuff.
Was that I think the
Well,
new,
no,
cool-
you-
the
you
new
gotta
cooler,
think now,
the
does
new cooler is going to
coincide-
have better technology, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the old cooler just, outdated.
What I'm saying is, did COVID bring this about, all things, or it just happened to be that once we get going again,
I think it was once we got going.
things were just, they wouldn't shut off. No, you take them for granted, shut them off. Sometimes if they were old, they will come back.
Well, in this
It's like
case,
awful lights.
in this case, I mean, it's just a flaw in the actual design. Because if you leave your fridge open, it's gonna get out of temp. It's an open air unit.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah. So technically, when that area opened up back, I don't know, 15 years ago, that's probably.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment of $159.36 to Staples.
Yeah. Come sit in this.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Opposed.
I'd like to make a motion to pay Tech Pro Publications back a legal notice of $111.
Second that.
All those in favor say
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I'd like to make a motion to pay ground construction and Sawmill debt for betterment loan for 84
Lisa, yeah.
and Drive for $8,000.
Second that. Aye.
And we got some betterment loans. That one for 25 Main Avenue, she sent the application in. The import was in line. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the betterment application for 25 Main Avenue.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. I'd like to make a motion to approve the signing of the betterment agreement between the town of Bellingham and oh, this is it. 39 Porter Road.
One road.
Oh, she wrote the.
I was gonna say, that's funny, the guy lives in the same road as me.
I know.
Is that what?
I think she knows the typo.
Water. Okay.
Potter?
Yep.
Potter Road.
Bottom.
Okay.
Did you already make that motion? Okay, I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion
Maybe 61 Indian will be looking for a final on the septic shortly. You're still close by.
Yeah. Except for
All right. I mean, I gotta go out and do a component on it.
I can even do badly, but you know, if I don't have to.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the signing of the betterment agreement between the town of Bellingham and the Ashby family at 1007 something.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
And lastly, I'd like to make a motion to approve the signing of the betterment agreement between the town of Bellingham and the Moore family at 454 Lincoln Road.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Hey, guys.
Let me know. though.
Yeah, no, just keep it posted. Roger was going to start it, shortly.
Okay.
Sorry, but before we adjourn. Bruce,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
No, hold on.
Wait, Ronnie has something to say first.
just one thing. In the event, I know that Save More committed to pay their permit, they still can't pay their permit regardless of their state.
No, I didn't, I told him
No.
I had to
without
hold
paying
it
the fine.
until, right,
Oh, without paying the fine.
I told him he couldn't do anything. You can come in and I'll hold it, but the board's gotta make an action. And then, you know, everything needs to be current and paid.
Oh, so he knows he has to pay that fine?
Make sure.
We need to
Well,
decide
really,
if
too,
we
it's technically,
we need to decide then
You
if
can't-
we're gonna let
you
him.
usually never can get a permit, so everything else. Tax, something on.
Do you have the right to check his taxes are paid? And how would you go about doing that? You know what? Okay. Because a lot of his problem was IRS based, so I want to be sure that he's correct.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
We may
I
not
imagine
have
they
a
do
tobacco
no-
permit for him.
Have all your taxes, so,
And that was my other thought, is the board may decide that they don't want his business anymore.
No, we don't have any permits left as far as I know.
So I think we have,
No, tobacco. I think we
We're at 20.
I think there's two.
Now we're at 30.
No. Just 20.
Because they're on the list for 30.
They're on. the
They're on.
list. So we have 28, I mean 29.
We have 30, but they were one of them.
They were one of the 30.
Correct.
So currently,
But I don't think we're at 30.
there's,
We'll check, I'll check.
Yeah, I thought we were like.
Yeah, we
27.
need an updated list.
Yes, yeah, no, Rob and I,
Have that, the
we were
updated
working on
list.
that.
only because Maryland had some that were listed on the other, and Laura's list had some that Maryland didn't have. So on and so forth.
So what, going forward, the Permit Eyes is a great program. The trick was getting everybody in there. Now that everybody's in there, it'll come up, it'll show us expired permits. I mean, we can run all different types of reports. And I've
That's
given,
the one you have to.
I got him access to it.
So he can
So-
get his town permit, even though he doesn't have a DUR.
No, you can't. It's funny that he came down to get it.
Yeah.
He actually filed his grievance with the DOR the day after I mentioned to him. So.
We also checked his gasoline permit as well to make sure that was in place, which it is.
That
And
station.
they sell food, so he didn't have a food.
No, he didn't have
permit.
his food permit either.
No, they sell.
So
So how long
he
did he
came in,
not have a food permit?
1 year. It's just this.
Oh, okay. And how did he not know that they didn't, like, send in their payment and reapply for that?
going into, we went in to check his status.
Yeah, but don't we update in a system or something as the checks come in or no?
Well,
That's the new system, right?
Yeah, that's
how
the-
new system will
that's-
work?
it's just like years ago, we had several places not paying the food. And Laura would say, well, I sent them all out. I'm gonna make sure you get them all in.
But there's different ways to, there's different ways now to run reports with the program. We can run expired, we can run approved, we can run,
So does that permit the town wide?
yes. It's just that, that first year getting everybody in there. The hard part, getting in is that people didn't supply all the information we needed. We have to chase them down. Like if they didn't give us an email, the program would stop and couldn't put it in.
Right.
You have to have an email, you have to have a contact phone number, you have to have,
So it has hard stop.
yeah.
Okay.
It was
So how will you know though if someone has paid for their permit or if they haven't?
now we can pull it up and list the permits.
So the money comes to, doesn't come directly to us.
It gets paid over it.
Well, no, what we're saying is goes in food permits, goes revolving fund.
Right.
Until it exceeds 35, then it's right back to general fund. Tobacco goes to
No,
small
I'm
fund.
just, no, what I'm saying is, how are we able to keep track of this?
Right.
Obviously, we missed this somehow.
Right.
Right?
And we should have cut
We
this years
shouldn't have
ago.
missed it.
In the event that we do inspections, we're supposed to check permits at time of inspection. In the case of State Warrant, they had given excuse that their attorney who was supposed to have the permit, which worked for their food permit, that was on me. But for tobacco, apparently, I gave me that, so that was not the case. So,
He was giving
But I know,
lip
like,
service.
in the past, we've had where people haven't renewed their license.
Yeah, no,
by
I
the
mean, that's why,
deadline,
I mean, I
it's
just
come
went
to
through
our
and checked all
attention. So
the
how-
meals and sent them letters.
right, the old system,
You know what I'm saying?
you
Like,
came in
how-
after, right, with food
But
happened,
we
some
had-
of those.
Yeah,
What
but we
happens is-
had that, we've been warned that they hadn't paid it yet.
What happens is Laura goes through it, looks at December 31st, January 31st, and she'll look and see if it all came in, like 102 establishments, food or whatever the number is. She would go against that Excel list, but at some point, you could miss 1, 2, or 3. It's like 1%.
I just don't know how to flow.
But now, I mean, I gave him a tutor lesson, and I mean, and he's got access now, and it does it. It shows expired. It shows what the permit is, what type of permit it is. And it's pretty good program. So it was good
So were
investment.
you able to see that when you went there?
that was
Or
how I
was
felt.
That's how you found it. Okay. So that is.
Because
We've been
what
spending a
happened-
lot of time together. You know.
What happened was
People
that
will start talking.
they were on Maryland's list, not on town's list. So when I looked on permitized, the most recent permit, that's the state, which would make sense because the state not issuing a license would be why they couldn't get permits. So they gave a permit.
The other thing it does is it checks if their taxes and water.
That's what the old permits used to do. They always used to get to assess them. You know?
Yeah, but now it's
And get it. In the old days, they do it by
Right.
paper. Now that you have to build it.
that same program is now we can submit all of the septic permits. We put the permit in.
Oh, really?
I can scan the plans in. I can do all of my inspections on it, and then I can issue a certificate of compliance. The trick is, I don't have a scanner for the big plans yet. We're working on it.
Right. Well, I've got another question for you. Like, I'm hoping the goal is, you know, like,
Do you want to close and let you go?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good night, Jim.
Opposed, motion carries. Good night, Jim.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. I guess my only comment was,